Right, here's an example of where I'm now in the slow lane and I want to accelerate up the freeway speed, but I've got a slower truck in the right lane way far ahead around the curve up there by the Mini Cooper, but I've also got a slower truck in the middle. Now, whenever you pass on the right, you never go fast. You'll see cars and trucks that are not semi-trucks pass on the right side, just, they'll go 80 miles an hour on the right side of a semi-truck. I definitely don't recommend that. When you're semi to semi, you can see how slow I'm going. And right now I can hit the throttle and go a lot faster than him. But obviously he's packing a big old tank of gasoline. And if there's a truck not to hit, it's him. All right, so we're going uphill right now. So I'm gonna give her some throttle. And you can see how I'm just passing him just nice and slow, taking my time. And once we get to the top here, we're going up just a little bit of a hill. So you can see I'm slowing up just a little bit. And far ahead I can see, about a half mile ahead. And I know on the camera it'll appear different, but there's a slower truck ahead of me. So I'm just going to back off the throttle, just kind of. You can see where I don't drive exactly beside him. I keep right at the back so he can see me. See, if I can see him, I can see his face. See the right mirror there in the middle? I can see his head. That means he can see the front of my truck. And in the daytime, I drive with my running lights on, which are the headlights that are in the bumper. And then I also run my headlights as well. So he can see me, fairly well. Now on the right lane, you can see a truck with his hazards on. So I got my left lane, my left turn signal on. That way the middle lane gives me plenty of room to get behind the tanker in front of me. And whenever you see a semi with his hazards on the right, it could be because he's broke down, or maybe, there's a problem, but you never ever try to pass a semi truck, within feet of him. So if you've got proper room, you should always get in the middle lane or do whatever you can to separate yourself from him. But a lot of times you don't have a choice because all three lanes are jam-packed to traffic. All right, and you just do your best to stay as far away as possible, safely from the truck on the right side parked with his hazards on. All right, now this truck now, he's just cruising in the slow lane. I'm just gonna get up to freeway speed, so we're just kind of switching positions now. So I'm gonna safely just pass him, give it a little gas, little throttle. I know there's no gas in a semi. I call it gas, but I guess it's fuel. All right, and I'll just keep it at freeway speed. Looking good right now, way down, half mile. There's no traffic. So this is the perfect lane to stay in. And just right off, about 15 miles by those mountains up there, we're gonna get into the city of Phoenix. All right, this video is just simply an example of, how to drive when you got a slower truck in the middle and a truck, on the side of the road, and how you should get over and pass him. And as you can tell, I always have, you can see the gap between my front bumper and the car in front of me. You always want a 2 or 3 second gap. So what you do, and you've probably been taught this if you're watching my video, see the car in front of me? Right now he's underneath that black sign. So count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm a good 5 seconds in back of the car in front of me, which is plenty of time for me to stop if by chance he does a panic stop. And you can tell I always try to make sure no one's right beside me. I always like to be just a little ahead of the slow lane. And then the fast lane, you don't have much of a choice, because the fast lane, if people are going to go, this guy's going about 90, because I'm going 70 right now, and that guy just passed me like I'm standing still. So for example, you can see the black car ahead of me. Now I'm going to be coming up on him in about 10 seconds. So if I want to pass him, I would have been signaling to the left. But that car was going 90 something miles an hour. So you can see the problem with cars that, if they're going to go 90 to 100, you can see where they run right in the back of semi-trucks. And believe me, the semi-truck driver, he's not even going to feel the car ramming into the back of him. And the car in back of him, you know what's going to happen to that person. They usually don't live to tell about it. So most semi-truck drivers, we just like to get in the middle and just do the speed limit if we can, and let all the fast cars and trucks that want to go 80, 90. And with today's technology, most cars can easily go 80, 90 to 100 miles an hour. And pretty safely, but if there's other cars around in semi-trucks, you're just asking to get a ticket or get in a massive accident. But right now the car in front of me is going fine. I'm going about 70. I'm just going the freeway speed. And fast lane, I just let the fast lane do what it's going to do. I pay more attention to the slow lane. And then up ahead, I always look to the right side of the freeway to see if there's any broken down semi-trucks or any oncoming traffic, because you're going to find most problems on ramps. Okay, so see to the right there, there's a couple cars, but see right there, it's nice and clear. There's no trucks or cars coming on the on-ramp. So I'm going to keep my throttle where it is, and then you can see by the end of the on-ramp, they've already blended in, and they're way far ahead of me. I don't have to worry about it. It's these cars here where they're in the slow lane, and they go about 75 to 80 in the slow lane. That's why you always got to check. Most semi-truck drivers, they teach you to look every 5 to 8 seconds to look out your side mirrors, and I really do. You just get used to looking in your side mirrors, because I'm usually worried about what's going on behind me than in front of me, believe it or not. Yeah, there's a lot of bad in front and back. So, all right, well, this is just a typical example of just normal freeway driving in the middle of Arizona here. I'm soon to be in Phoenix, heading to Las Vegas right now. I'll film some real crazy highways coming up in the next little while, because they're 2-lane. And people, boy, I'll tell you, they go like anywhere from 60 to 90 miles an hour heading to Vegas. And the freeways are tiny and there's no shoulders. But I'll film some. I'll show you some of the crazy stuff from Wickenburg, Arizona, going straight north into Boulder City, into Las Vegas. I'll show you that coming up on the next little videos. All right, thanks for watching. We'll see you next video.